And I were looking at the rosters. Both these teams very deep, so there's a lot of fouls to give tonight.
Yeah, that's a great observation by you, Kevin. And when you have that kind of circumstance where your bench is deep, it allows you, I think, to bring an aggressive mindset in terms of how you're going to defend and how you're not going to allow easy baskets because you're able to foul and not be so concerned about foul trouble.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Brown and Hayward, they're the wings. Daniel Tice out there with Jason Tatum. And it's Walker in at the point.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on that shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And with Walker, as he has progressed as a player, Greg, so has his leadership.
And Kemba has been a natural leader for so long during his time. When your leader puts in the work that Kemba does, it has to inspire the rest of that roster.
In the corner, it's Westbrook. Pass to Tucker, and some nice passing there by Houston. And here's Covington from the arc. Rebounded by the Celtics. Hayward with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. And Covington sends it back. Tatum. Almost, but it rolls out.
That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Passes it to Westbrook. Pass to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Covington. The Rockets with another miss. For Boston, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. There's the pass to Brown. Tice kicks to Brown. Outside, Walker launches a 3. Rebounded by Covington.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
It's Harden with the drive and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And with all the accolades that James Harden has accumulated in his career, Clark, the one thing missing is a championship ring.
And, there's no guarantees for however great you are individually that you'll win a championship. We've got a lot of great players that weren't able to get that done. But, when you think about it, that's one thing that's keeping him from being in the all-time great shooting guard conversation in the eyes of some. Team success is critically important. Championships add to your resume, but I think at the end of the day, when you maximize your individual contributions, that should be worth something in terms of your recognition and accolades. No matter how you feel about James Harden, you've got to respect his love for the game. I mean, he absolutely lives and breathes basketball, and that passion has driven him to become the player he is today.
Good on the second free throw. And Clark, last year, Harden was quoted in saying, most players don't really love basketball.
Well, I don't know about most. That seems a bit extreme. Maybe he feels that they don't love it as much as he does, which certainly you could understand. But I can say that very few players have the drive and determination to improve their game the way Harden has. That's part of why he's been an MVP.
So it's the Celtics now. The Rockets making the shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And, there's no question about it. Hayward is an exciting player and an athletic forward who can really, really score.
You talk about players that have transformed their bodies in the NBA. How about Gordon Hayward? Has added muscle every year while maintaining that speed and agility.
2.
Free throw drops for Hayward. Greg, when he came into the league, Hayward looked so young. You almost don't recognize him now.
I mean, the suit of armor from his time in the weight room and the hair looking sharp to match.
Eric Gordon, he's checked in for the Rockets. Hayward hits them both.
Already a very confident player. Knocking down those free throws only fuels that.
Westbrook against Walker. Knocked loose. Here's Tucker. That shot is off. Great D that time from Tatum. In the corner, it's Hayward. Fires from deep. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And the basket by Harden.
And this is why you got to be in Harden's jersey. I mean, if you lay off of him for a second, he burns you with that quick shot.
That's a two-pointer from Walker off the left rim and out.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
Boston trailing. Pass to Tice. Hayward on the wing. Another shot, and he makes that one.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. Outside Gordon. Shot from the wing. Rebounded by the Celtics. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, earlier I spoke with Mike D'Antoni. Tonight will be the third matchup between his team and the Celtics, with his team getting the better of Boston in each of their previous meetings. I asked Coach what has worked for him, and he said, "We've done a good job bothering their wings, Tatum, Hayward, even Brown. They're talented, but it's never easy to shoot with a hand in your face. We'll see if they can keep getting up close and personal tonight. Guys?"
Thanks so much, David.
And, you know, Walker is really good at muscling his way through the defense. Tough to stop on the way up.
Westbrook against Walker. And finished off by Westbrook.
It puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
And, you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Now, here's Tucker. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Westbrook with it. From about 19 feet, it's hauled in by Brown.
Well, you know, you'd like to see a little more effort there defensively, but maybe they wanted him to take that shot, baited him into it.
Hayward looking around. And it's rebounded by Covington.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
In the corner, it's Gordon. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Well, when he came into the league, Eric Gordon was tagged as a shooter. Now he's been shooting more than ever.
And Gordon, the last few seasons, has been shooting, how about this, over 8 threes a game. His success rate with them has gone up and down over the years, but one thing is for sure, he always has the green light.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first one falls. Oh, Clark, there's nothing like opening night. Preseason in the rearview mirror. Now the games count for real. Terrific time.
Yeah, exciting for everybody because hope springs eternal for all teams in the league after you get beyond preseason, and the games do count. They start calculating and documenting W's and L's.
Gordon hits both of them. Well, Eric Gordon is the kind of player that you absolutely do not go under on a screen. He'll pull up from deep.
Yeah, he's got great range, and you watch the former Hoosier shoot, and you see how much he uses his legs. Gordon's liable to take a shot from any distance in the gym. I mean, he's got that kind of range, and his form is very efficient, and his confidence is sky high.
And here's Westbrook following Jaylen Brown's three. Fires the three. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him. 1 for 4 shooting.
Tell you what, for a guy who's inconsistent from three, Tucker's showing you he can be scary out there at times for a defense.
Now here's Walker. 11 points for him in that last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Tatum on the wing, guarded by Tucker. There's Walker with the three, and again, Boston with the triple.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Harden outside. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Hayward, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
You know, the turnaround jumper, guys, is one of those shots that always just looks so good. I mean, it's got that nice, smooth, singular motion. Sweet.
Tucker can't get it to go.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Shooting 2.
This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
And this team, in terms of scoring off of turnovers, that became the identity. I mean, they really look to disrupt and cause problems defensively, and boy, do they take advantage on the other end.
2.
That free throw good from Hayward, and the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
Hayward hits them both.
Yeah, and early on doing a really nice job at the free throw line.
Yeah, getting to the line and converting, Greg, that's the big thing. It's always good when you can do that because it stabilizes your offense.
Rivers can't get it to go. Last outing for the Rockets, it was a loss to the Lakers in Los Angeles. Here's Smart. To the inside. Here's Cantor, and he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Celtics lead by 12.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Now here's Rivers. 11 points for him in that last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Basket counts.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. We've seen some ugly incidents last few years, Clark, between players and heckling fans. Can anything be done to fix it?
I think security in the arenas is important. Fans oftentimes that go across the line in interacting with players are usually fueled by alcohol. I don't know how you could control that element of it. The incidents are few and far between. We have seen a few more, but I still don't think it's an epidemic. But I think security, and then each team and each franchise should really be educational with its fans about what's acceptable behavior and what won't be tolerated.
And while we have a moment, let's check the stats for Smart. Some last season stats for him. Was in at about 9 points per, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
Now here's Gordon. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Lakers. And here's Green outside. It's hauled in by Wanamaker.
Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide-open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And Hayward with the stuff.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody.
Carroll for three, and Cantor pulls it down. Williams passes to Hayward. Here's Wanamaker. He's guarded by Rivers. And oh, that was close. He draws the foul. He'll shoot two.
A moment now to see the numbers for Cantor. Last year, getting it done. 14th in rebounding. And he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage, able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And we talked about how strong he was on the boards, going hard at it at both ends last year, really helping out his team. And he makes the first. That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Yeah, you just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
You know, it's one of the things coaches like least is giving away points. I mean, they've been a step late. They've been caught reaching. They've got to tighten things up at the defensive end.
And a smooth jump shot from the veteran Green there. These are looks he nails consistently.
Watch the screen. In the corner, Smart with it. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Rockets trail by 16. Up top, Rivers. Defended by Hayward. And stolen by Hayward. It's Smart with the drive. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Ben McLemore.
And some of what Smart gives this team doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but he makes plays that help you win.
2.
And that one falls for Smart.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
He doesn't get the second one. You know, Greg, defense a given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
Here's Williams, following the score by Houston. Williams finds Smart. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Wanamaker. The three-pointer is right on target. Wanamaker's got 5 now.
Yeah, they've built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Now here's Gordon. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And Gordon, very physical with the defense, solid at creating chances for himself to get to the line.
And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Boston.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And also another aspect of their game that's been super so far tonight is how they've been sharing the basketball.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Gordon just continues to prove why he's so valuable. I mean, he knows he's out there to shoot the ball, and he does it very well.
Both free throws good from Eric Gordon. 1:11 left here in the first quarter. Celtics leading by 16. Wanamaker the pass to Hayward. Back to Wanamaker. 5 to shoot. Tries from 16, and again it's Boston converting.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too.
Now here's Gordon. Takes the three. Drills the three-pointer. Gordon's got 7 points in the game.
And really, the three-point shot is Gordon's specialty, Kevin. When he squares himself up, there's a real high chance he's dropping it in.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kicks to Williams. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one's on Eric Gordon.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you could hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
For Boston, they have gone 9 of 10 from the line, so making the most of their chances.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
First free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. And it's Harden with the ball for Houston. Trailing by 17. From deep. No good that time. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Celtics out in front, leading by 17. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. The Rockets elevated by James Harden to one of the league's powerhouse franchises, and he talks about seizing the moment.
This time isn't going to last long. We have a window. It goes by extremely fast. I cherish these moments. I embrace them.
Never a guarantee that the window will remain open.
And superstar players, let's face it, they're best remembered for their championships. It's all about the rings if you're James Harden.
And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And guys, we've seen the Celtics really take control here.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the court for the Celtics, we've got Williams. Hayward out there with Williams. Then it's Marcus Smart. And it's Wanamaker in at the point guard position. Green, no luck.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's Rivers. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. The Rockets again can't hit.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Smart against Carroll. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Here's what the Houston Rockets schedule looks like. On Sunday, they'll be facing Hassan Whiteside and the Portland Trail Blazers. Then on Tuesday, they'll be matching up with Andre Drummond and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Houston making a switch here. House is checked in. Brownie's checked in for Boston.
Well, for so long, Mike D'Antoni has been a vanguard on NBA offense. His teams have always played great offense, moving, spacing, dynamic players. Defense has not been at the level of offense, but I think he's actually improved as a coach in that area as well.
Second chance points always hurt. Just not enough effort to block out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Harden's shot is good.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off, timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
And Clark, part of it for D'Antoni is that he is delegating defensive duties.
Yeah, and I like that, Kevin. He's made sure to have a defensive coordinator on his staff, delegating that role and responsibility. He thinks and knows that his team is better off that way.
Clark, you were such a terrific athlete growing up, and it must be fun for you watching your kids and soon your grandkids go through their athletic journeys.
It really is one of the great blessings and treats of my life to see our kids grow and develop as people, but also to enjoy different sports. Our boys played basketball and soccer, and our daughter played volleyball, all played in college at some level. And so it is great. Anytime you see your kids find their lane, enjoy running in it, and do well in that lane, it's joy indescribable.
For the Rockets, P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Green. Robert Covington comes in for Ben McLemore. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Rivers. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for the Celtics. Kemba Walker comes in for Brad Wanamaker. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
And the vertical that Brown has is quite impressive, as relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
The shot by House is no good.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Covington against Brown, and a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And it's the Rockets with the ball. For Houston, they've gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. Westbrook kicks to Harden. Here's House. Good, he hits the jump shot.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
It's Brown with the drive.
And here's a look at some numbers for Kemba Walker. Last season, he played outstanding. Averaged 25 points per game last season. 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's very steady with that second unit, running the offense and getting them into their sets.
Right. I mean, your backup point guard simply has to hold the fort, maintain the status quo, share the basketball, and minimize mistakes.
First one falls for him. Daniel Tice is checked in for Williams. And Brown drops them both. Here is Harden. He's coming off a 37-point game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
And boy, did he have it going offensively. He lived at the line during that game as well, and that's where he got a lot of those points.
And it's Jason Tatum with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Inside.
Love the attitude of Westbrook. Continues to improve at running the offense and finding ways to create opportunities for his teammates.
Passes it to Tatum. Good D by Covington.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
Well, you knew after the Paul George trade that the Thunder would look to sell on Westbrook as well. Just part of the rebuild at this point. His agent did well to get him to a team looking to compete. A great fit for a player in this stage of Russ's career.
And Russell Westbrook is as explosive a guard as we've seen in the history of the game. An incredibly gifted scorer who can also punch it on you.
Now, here's Tice. 20 points for him last game against the Bucks in Milwaukee.
And he also chipped in with a couple blocks in that game. Just a hint at the impact he had on the defensive side.
Harden against Smart. Goes up from the top of the key. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there. So it's the Celtics now.
Watch Walker.
Walker the pass to Tice. The kick out to Walker. A three ball. There it is, his third basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3.
You know, I think Walker has really worked hard on the three-point shooting throughout his career, and it shows. He's a much better deep ball shooter than he was when he first came into the league.
Harden's shot is good. Celtics leading by 16.
Watch Walker. Come get it.
Walker the pass to Tatum.
Yo, Walker. Step out.
Outside, Smart.
Screen.
Up top, Walker. He's covered by Westbrook. Shots good by Walker.
Yeah, Walker seemed unbothered by the defense there. Very creative with the rock in his hand.
Get on James.
Harden scanning the floor.
Russell.
Doesn't get it to drop for him. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Down low, here's Tatum. And that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And the Celtics making a change here. Cantor's checked in. Rockets trail by 20. Harden outside. Off target with his 3.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Tatum kicks to Walker. Back to Tatum. And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game.
No.
Now, here's Tice, guarded by Tucker. Clock at 6.
Walker.
Here's Tatum.
Just doesn't seem to have it here in the second quarter.
No basket with that shot, having trouble finding his range. He's 1 for 5, and it's blocked. Outside, Walker pulls up, and the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Hey, watch Russ.
Westbrook scanning the floor. Tucker finds Harden, and he hits the jump shot. Harden's got 8 here in the quarter.
I mean, it's hard not to appreciate Harden because he's the complete package.
Now Walker, 12 points for him. Pass to Tatum. From deep. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Tatum's got 5.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
Come get it.
Harden against Brown. And there's the pass to Tucker.
Hey, yo, Russell.
Harden outside. No one near Westbrook as he lets it go. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better. You know, he started slow, but now in the second quarter, he's finding his groove.
Here's Westbrook. Kemba Walker making his last shot. Knocked away.
Who's got Walker?
To the paint. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Terrific awareness that time from Walker. Nice job getting his open teammates the rock.
Pass to House. Now here's Tucker, guarded closely. For 3, Westbrook, and Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Damari Carroll's checked in for the Rockets. Gordon comes in for James Harden. Boston leading by 22.
Watch Walker.
Stolen by Westbrook. And here we go with Westbrook running it up the court. Right side, Gordon. Wing shot on the way. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. Westbrook's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Walker. Got a hand on it.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker, using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
Covington wide open. He fires. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now. You know, it hasn't been his best outing, but they still find themselves in the driver's seat here.
Westbrook passes to Tucker, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
And though lacking some height, Kevin, Tucker has the bounce, the reach, and the strength and attitude to do damage inside.
Now here's Walker. 14 points for him. Takes a 3, drills it from outside. Walker's got 17 now.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Now here's Gordon. He's got 9. The shot, no good. Some solid defense from Brown.
Get on Jalen.
They get a hand on it.
That's all you.
The kick out to Walker.
Hey, come to me, come to me.
The second chance effort.
Tip it. Crash.
They grab their own miss. The shot's good from Cantor.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Yeah, love the energy they're playing with. I say it this way. Good teams, championship teams, play against the game as much as they play against the opponent. Nice uptick here in their second chance points in this quarter.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. They get Russell Westbrook. Moves on moves. Greg, that's Jason Tatum.
I mean, this guy's a natural isolation scorer. Jab steps, crossovers, turnarounds, fadeaways. He's got an awful lot in his bag.
2.
He's off on the first.
During his rookie season, Jason Tatum was Boston's go-to guy in the Eastern Conference Finals. A rare opportunity, and that young fella delivered at a high level.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Jeff Green. He's checked in for P.J. Tucker. McLemore has come in for Robert Covington. And it's Austin Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And he sinks the second. Well, guys, you talk about players coming in, and with a huge impact, Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
And so it's Boston with it after the Rockets pick up 3. Back to Wanamaker. Passes it to Williams. The Celtics working the ball around now. 6 to shoot. Here's Wanamaker, guarded by Green. Wanamaker misses. Rockets trail by 18. To the middle. Gordon dishes to Green. Shoots the 3. And Boston with the rebound. Cantor's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
You know, he hasn't made any threes this quarter after sinking just the 1 in the first.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock, and Wanamaker gets it to go.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the 3 at almost 60% for the game.
And here's Gordon. He's got 9. Fires the 3. Nailed from three-point land. Gordon's got 12.
And Gordon has no fear, no hesitation pulling from way downtown. Love seeing him knock down these deep bombs.
And so it's the Boston Celtics. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. We've reached halftime of our first regular season game.
I'm swimming.
I thought you thought maybe the first half was going swimmingly. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, Shaquille. Out in front at the half is Boston. They are way out in front, leading by 17. Kenny?
Well, it has been an electric performance. These guys were firing on all cylinders. They came out aggressive, going after those rebounds, and they were piling it up. I think they wanted to send a message with their physicality, and they're going to be nearly impossible to stop if they're playing that way.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
Rockets trail by 17. Westbrook and Harden, the dynamite pair. They're the backcourt. Robert Covington out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's House in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball in rhythm.
Boston's gone downtown 13 times in this game, and they're just over 50%, 7 of 13 on threes. There's Walker with the 3, sinks the three-pointer. Walker's got 20 points.
Stuff in that stat sheet, Kemba Walker can't grade out much better than what he's done tonight.
Here's House.
Oh, that was worth the price of admission. Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think.
Without question, a crowd pleaser to the 10th degree.
One shot. One shot.
Clark, as you're watching a game unfold, what characteristics do you look for in a great closer?
Obviously confidence, a real eagerness to make difference-making plays late, and somebody who can create his own shot if a play breaks down. I mean, that's...
Oh, what a play!
Woo! And you know Westbrook has an outstanding vertical. Once he gets to the launching pad, rim, beware.
Here's Walker. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, one thing you've got to know about Kemba Walker is that this guy can go off at any time. A dynamic scorer that also possesses the killer instinct. And when he gets it going, watch out.
Shooting two.
It can snowball into a dominating performance.
And the first one drops. And for Walker, who stayed 3 years at UConn, Clark, he just keeps getting better on the offensive end.
Boy, Kemba Walker is one of the most dynamic little guys we've had in the league in its history. I mean, his ability to score from outside and inside, really hard to match and quite special. He's the type of player who always is surprising you on the upside.
Rockets trail by 15. Harden outside. Here's Tucker. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Tucker's got 8 points.
And still perfect in the second half. 4 straight makes.
Teardrop shot. Walker's shot is off.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And now a look at Jason Tatum. Good season for him last year. Put up about 15 points per, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Even though his numbers have been more than solid, I think he'll want to step his game up to another level.
Yeah, and you know, on paper, those numbers are terrific. Most players would be thrilled with those numbers, but as good as they are, I know this guy expects
Shooting
more
two.
of himself.
The first free throw is good. And Brown drops them both. And it's Harden with the ball for the Houston Rockets. It's a 14-point game.
Watch the screen.
Outside Covington. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And the level of detail that Robert Covington approaches defense with is just phenomenal. He is always prepared for his matchup.
Yeah, and that's why he's an outstanding defender, Kevin, because he's got the physical attributes. He's got excellent speed and quickness for a guy of his size, good length and strength, outstanding hands. But he does a nice job of studying his opponent and what he needs to do to be effective defensively. I think he's one of the better defenders in the game and on the wing.
Free throw drops for Covington.
Man, you got to love the intensity of Covington. I mean, he's a consistent shooter from beyond the arc, and he's a player that also isn't afraid to get dirty on the glass for rebounds. That's a nice combination. Nice stroke, but still he'll do some dirty work too.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Celtics leading by 12.
Get Walker.
And Walker kicks to Hayward. To the inside. Here's Tice. And that one is stuffed right through.
And, you know, Hayward's floor recognition and composure, really impressive. Knows precisely when to pass over to the open man.
Harden. The Rockets with another miss.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Tatum passes to Brown. And the layup's good off the glass. Brown's got 15 points.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Harden with it. 14 points for him. Westbrook kicks to Harden.
Screen.
From past the arc. It's rebounded by Tice. Tice has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Robert Covington picks one up.
Putting defenders in tough spots is a trait of Hayward's game. I mean, he gets his man on the back foot and forces him to either foul or give up the easy one.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Clark, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shot's importance in the game.
And that one's good. House.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Smart deciding where to go with it. Knocks it loose. Stolen by Tucker. Here's House. And that one goes long. Celtics leading by 15. Here's Walker. And Covington sends it back. Pass to Harden. And stolen by Tatum. For the finish. And slam dunk by Tatum.
You got to be careful around Tatum. Now, if you're not paying attention, he'll take that ball away from you quickly.
Down low, here's House, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Boston called for the foul. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for Boston?
Guys, they've done a nice job of drawing countless fouls in this game, and as a result, they've gotten a ton of points at the line.
And also, I think it's really led to the rhythm and confidence you've seen from long range tonight throughout the entire game.
The first one falls.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
And so House nails both of them. Celtics leading by 15. And Walker kicks to Williams. Covington against Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from 12. Good on the jump shot. Tatum's got 10 points in the game.
You know, guys, Tatum's ability to rise into his jump shot makes him hard to defend for just about all defenders.
Harden inside the three-point line. Another miss by Houston. And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Boston Celtics. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Smart kicks to Walker. Westbrook with the steal. And now it's Westbrook running. He can go all the way. Oh!
Oh! And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
The pass to House.
Hey, yo, wrestle. Get through.
Tucker with the ball. He's against Williams. 4 on the shot clock.
Right there. Hey, that's all you.
Tucker can't get it to go.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution.
A main staple in Williams' game, that sixth sense for when to rise up and deter those shots.
For the Rockets, Jeff Green. He's checked in for Robert Covington. And McLemore's subbed in for Daniel House. The Celtics also with a sub. Brad Wanamaker's checked in for Walker. Inside, here's Hayward. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
And it'll be his 4th time going to the free throw line in the game.
And last season's numbers show him at about an 83% clip, which is far better than most.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
Gordon's checked in for James Harden. And so he makes both from the line. Rockets trail by 17. Outside Westbrook. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Wanamaker the pass to Tatum. And slam dunk by Tatum.
It's not a problem at all for Tatum to punch it down. Length and athleticism makes the flush an easy shot.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Gordon dishes to Green. Here's Gordon. He's got 12. Just 5 on the clock. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Rebounded by the Celtics. Hayward's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Tatum. Dishes it to Smart. Back to Tatum. Nice ball movement by Boston.
Hey, yo, right here. Screen coming.
pass to Smart. The Celtics need to get a shot off. 16 feet away, and it's off the back rim. No good. Rockets trail by 19. Tucker the pass to McLemore. He dishes it to Tucker. On the wing, Gordon. And here's Westbrook from the arc. He can't get it to go. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. And no good. But close on that one, so he'll shoot two. Jeff Green picks one up.
And Tatum does a little bit of everything, and he's especially skilled down low. Fantastic at drawing the defense into him and playing off the contact while he's going up for a shot.
Shooting two.
And the first one at the line is good. Houston making some changes. Damari Carroll comes in for P.J. Tucker. And it's Rivers in for Russell Westbrook. And then for Boston, Cantor is checked in for Robert Williams. And it's Williams in for Gordon Hayward. And so Tatum nails them both. And so it's Rivers with it. He'll bring it up for the Rockets. A rebound by the Celtics.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage. And what a journey it's been for Austin Rivers since being drafted 10th overall back in 2012. Looked like he might not have what it takes to be an NBA player early, but he persevered and is now an integral part of this group.
Green kicks to Rivers. Over Williams. The Rockets again can't hit.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Not at all. I mean, that's where they want him looking for a teammate, not trying to do it on his own. He needs to share the wealth there.
And with Rivers, he's never given up on himself and continued to add to his game. Even, Greg, as he's gone from team to team.
You know, he's shown that he can function as either the point or off guard and still give great production from either spot. And as he grows older, you could see him being a top-level sixth man for the rest of his career.
Tatum passes to Wanamaker, and he comes up with the deuce. Wanamaker's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
In the corner, it's Gordon. From outside, off the mark. Boston leading by 23. Williams passes to Wanamaker. The dish to Cantor. Over Green. Cantor's shot is off. Houston's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. And stolen by Williams. And pushing it up, here's Boston.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Outside Gordon. Back to Rivers. Pass to McLemore. Shot clock at 6. Williams with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Houston. And then for Boston, Daniel Tice comes in for Williams. And it's Brown in for Jason Tatum. From deep, McLemore. And Boston with the rebound. Cantor's got 8 rebounds in this game. To the paint, here's Smart, and slam dunk by Smart.
Boy, Brown, not just a super athlete, folks, but he's got excellent skills as well. A tremendous floor general.
Here's Rivers, and Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. got that one up quick. Wanamaker's got 9 points now in the quarter.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
And it's Tucker atop the key. Houston moving the ball around. Carroll kicks to McLemore. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Brown the pass to Smart. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one's on Eric Gordon.
As tough as they get, Smart's a bulldog out there, does a good job of drawing contact, oftentimes by initiating it.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1.
And last season, he was successful 81% of the time when he went to the line, so he didn't waste a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for Houston. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Six on the shot clock. From deep three-point range, and no good that time. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Celtics out in front, just dominating this one. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the 4th quarter. Ogilvy is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Edwards. Then it's Green, and it's Wanamaker in at the 2 spot.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
You know, at this point in his career, Austin Rivers has proven how deadly he can be as a weapon, Clark, off the bench.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, I like the energy that Rivers comes in with. I mean, he pushes the tempo and looks for his shot as well. And I think he can play either guard spot effectively.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
And the first one drops. Clark, do you think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24, it goes now to the new number, 14 seconds?
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion.
So he gets them both. Celtics shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. The pass to Edwards. From the arc, and Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Rivers scanning the floor. It's hauled in by Edwards. Rivers has gotten just 1 of 6 shots to fall here. Ojale powered down after the assist, led him into the lane.
And he wanted everybody in the building to feel that ferocity.
And we did.
Yeah.
And we felt it. Even over here, we felt it.
It's the best way to do it, as long as you don't get teed up for it.
On the wing, Green. Covered by Cephalosha. Green kicks to Edwards. Ojale passes to Wanamaker. Edwards against Carroll.
And the foul.
Edwards can't hit. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Rivers passes to McLemore. Clark, for a while now, you and I were just talking, we've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance, and that's important in the strength of a league.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Two.
First one falls for him. And the Rockets making a change here. House is checked in. Robert Williams, he's checked in for Boston. And he makes both free throws. The Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Pass to Cantor. Outside, Green. That one's not going to go. Chandler with the defensive effort. Cephalosha dishes to House. It's stolen by Green. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance.
Well, so often we see this transition buckets off turnovers.
And we know turnovers are painful and costly. You get loose with the ball on one end and get punished on the other end.
House, the pass to Chandler. Now here is Cephalosha. Houston moving it around. 4 on the clock. Here's House. 2 points. That one goes. House has got 12 points here in the second half.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
The drive by Green makes it off the glass.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Boy, the defense looks shell-shocked. I mean, they're on the ropes right now, on their heels.
The last couple of years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours on their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
You know, I was a little bit mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tours. Now Rivers. Shot clock at 5. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And there's the call. Foul on Boston.
Two.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. Clark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League,
Isn't
so
that
it
something?
speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
Edwards passes to Cantor. Outside Williams, passes to Edwards. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Edwards got his first points of the night. The Rockets have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Edwards against Rivers. Over Edwards. Rivers can't get it to go. The Celtics have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. They kick it out to Green. Clark, when you think of athleticism specifically, talk about the changes athletically we've seen in the league, say, since the 80s.
It's dramatically different. I mean, there have been tremendous athletes through every decade of the league's existence, but it's gotten better with improved training and more knowledge about the anatomy of the body and how to enhance its performance. But now it seems like great athletes are, a dime a dozen versus 8 to a dozen back in the 80s.
Ogilvy kicks to Williams. Now here's Green. Over House. Green, no luck.
Even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
Now here's McLemore outside. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Edwards against Rivers. Edwards can't hit. The Rockets shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Offensive rebound. And so Green will bring it up for the Celtics. He can't hit that time. Nice D from Chandler. The 15-footer. Here's Williams. And the layup is good.
Yeah, hard trying to keep Williams off the boards. He makes it a mission to keep possessions alive.
Rivers against Edwards. Pass to McLemore. Clark, we hear a lot about the young basketball players in this country, the good ones playing in the AAU system. Is that the best way to develop talent for the NBA?
It's one of the better ways because the competition level is quite good across regions and throughout the country with these AAU teams. I think there's some great AAU programs and some tremendous benefits to participating in AAU basketball. Some things are better than others with it, but overall, I think it's pretty solid.
And here is Green. Now the pass to Edwards. For the 3, but they get it back.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard, gets them another possession, and allows them to run even more clock.
It's deflected. Cephalosha passes to McLemore. Here's the 3. The offensive rebound. Pass to Rivers. Missed it, even after all those chances. Boston's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Edwards with it. Hey, Clark, the NBA moved the presentation of the MVP award to after the conclusion of the finals. Do you like that?
Yes and no. I think you have two separate awards. You could have a playoff MVP or a finals MVP, which we have, and then you have a regular season MVP. The MVP is for the body of work done during the regular season. So I think there should be a clear separation between the two, quite honestly. So, no, I don't like it.
At least you're honest, Clark.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Here's Ojale. Outside, Green. Boston, no good that time either. Edwards against Rivers. The feed to Chandler. And Boston with the rebound. Tice has got his 7th rebound here tonight. The Celtics shooting a paltry 33% in the fourth. Not a good showing for this offense. Outside, Green. Pass to Edwards. They need this one. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Not a bunch of energy from the defense, which is why he was free to knock that down.
Rivers against Edwards. In the corner, Cephalosha with it. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Boston's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Celtics.
One of the areas that has been critical for them, the second chance points we've seen from them tonight.
A huge factor in this one, Kevin. The hustle on the offensive glass, the willingness to go after those rebounds, that was key.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
Well, at least they're going to salvage a game from the season series after losing the first 2.
And I think it says a lot about them that they were able to salvage this game. When you drop the first 2 against a team, you can often get down on yourself. They overcame that mental roadblock and were impressive in doing so.
And while there was some nice performances tonight, it definitely ended up being a solid outing for Kemba Walker.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Now Edwards. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Gordon, nice win for you guys tonight. What was the difference?
Energy. I think we play with a lot of energy, passion, especially defensively. You know, when we're all doing our job and we're playing and we're focused and we're solid defensively, we're not really having lapses, we can be a pretty good team. You know, that we don't have to walk the ball up the court and it's not as difficult on our offense. So it all starts defensively, and I think it all starts with energy down there.
You've become one of the best young defensive teams in the league, Gordon. Thanks very much. Back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for being with us. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.